What's up, guys? It's Tiki here with the 8th episode of Peach Boy Riverside, but make sure to smash that like button, hit that sub, ring that bell, and let's begin. Starting where we left off with episode 3, with Sally having to choose between Mikoto and Sumeragi. Needless to say, she chose Mikoto, but his reaction was so strange to me. I mean, his excuse was basically something he knew and we all knew, so kind of foolish to have this reaction in my opinion. Just a strange way of writing the scenario, just didn't seem to really mesh with me. But I guess if you leave off where episode 3 ended and started it on episode 8, a lot of people may not notice it or just might make it a little awkward. Hey, we get to see Todoroki, and I guess you could say we got some action after being teased for the past 3 weeks on this title, but Todoroki brings two of his friends to come avenge Miki and kill Sally and her party. And what do you know? Sally isn't facing Todoroki. Nope, she's having a sort of heart-to-heart with Sumeragi and getting a lesson on leaving the castle and relying on her power, which she has no clue how it works or what it is. And while she fights Sumeragi, finds out that a condition is not being meant to allow her to really fight to her full potential. Though she did give a good punch, I guess, but he's gonna beat her down, so unless Winnie shows up. Oh, yeah, Winnie is the Witch of the West, and she comes to Hawthorne's aid against one of the strongest attacks from Todoroki, trying to face it head on in an attempt to die with some dignity. But Winnie shows up at the very last second, which is really what he needed because he would have died if she didn't do this. But she pretty much stops it with one hand, and because that is the last scene of the episode, we know we're not going to see that for probably some time. So it's probably going to be either episode 12, and if it doesn't continue past episode 12, I don't know, I guess second season if it gets a renewal. Let's talk about Frau and Bajo, who says, "I will see you on the other side," to Frau. Now, we know Frau does go to the other side often, so we can assume we will see Alta there. And that if this happens, this gives Frau a chance to ask for that power again. And if she is allowed to, because I don't know what the conditions have to be or are for her to keep doing this, but we know she died twice this year, according to Alta, but she didn't use that power each time, I'm guessing. And by the power, I mean, I don't think she was asking to be Dark Frau again. And does the power take away from the life force, or does it take away from the soul? Or does it affect both? Or does it not affect either at all? Because if she's been revived twice, well, actually 3 times now, and if she dies here, it's going to be the 4th time. How many times can she do this? But this does allow for the story to say that she comes back with the power, which can help against Giuselino, who's sitting on the wall watching the conflict with the nameless ogre. If they get involved, I'm not too sure. I mean, they have another trick up their sleeve, and that ogre already put Mikoto to sleep with his aura, or he can control the power while he sleeps. Either way, it works, but she can also help Hawthorne and Miki as well if she can hold the power for that long. And by she, I mean Frau can help. But again, I don't know because that ogre's out in the field and Mikoto's asleep. I don't know if he's just going to wake up, after Sumeragi kind of gives a signal, or if Miki and the ogre she's fighting, if once one of them go down, or Todoroki, and then he awakens. So I have no clue how they're going to spin this wheel of random episodes, and to be honest, it's quite annoying, but this episode made it feel like it was going to start getting on track. But in all honesty, I kind of felt that way in another episode and then didn't get on track. So before I go, I'd say the biggest things that you could take away from this are Winnie showing up looking fine, Frau and Bajo going to the other side, and will we see him on the same play as Frau? And what conditions need to be met in order for Sally to use her power? If you stayed to the end of this video, thank you so much. You were freaking amazing, and I hope you like it. Hit that sub button, smash that like button. And if you have a guess to the next random episode, let me know in the comments. And if you think Pasha will also be there with Frau. Alright guys, have a great weekend, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Later.